Okay, guys, we have to talk about this. How League of Legends popped during this period of time. It's really interesting to see League come back into prominence again. The question that we've been asking ourselves with Just Chatting is, when is Just Chatting going to eclipse all of the other categories of gaming and become the number one category, and then maybe maybe it can't be unseated because every streamer will be just chatting at some point or another. Do you guys think that point will come in the future? And if so, do you have any predictions on when Just Chatting, because it's been on a rocket ship. We've done multiple episodes on this with the Streamlabs Hatchet Combined report of it being on a rocket ship up the list. And every streamer, we've talked about the 80-20 strategy, 80% your main game. I've also talked to some of my consulting clients, told them with 20% of your time, consider Just Chatting to engage with your audience a bit more. Do we think Just Chatting will become number one? And if so, can any game surpass just people talking to each other on the internet? Seems like it'd be difficult to do once it really got up to the top of the mountain. What do you think about that?
I think it could get to number one, but I don't think it would stay at number one. I think this whole COVID situation has done wonders for things like Just Chatting, the categories and the podcasting category and stuff, because people aren't getting a lot of human interaction right now. I would be interested to see where Just Chatting was before COVID kind of hit. And I would say, well, just because we've seen increase of streaming in general, it's going to be up from that point, but it could get to number one, but I do not see it staying there once this whole COVID situation passes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to concur with that. So Just Chatting, it fills such a need, especially amongst gamers, just with this whole pandemic scenario that many of us are still in. I think you'll see Just Chatting kind of bump up and down, and in some cases it'll be number one sometimes, but it'll pop down whenever you've got bigger events like League of Legends, big tournaments. Like right now, League of Legends hit the LCS hit playoffs, which is why it's increased to number one. League of Legends is still one of the most, if not the most powerful esports out there.
So I have a bold prediction. By the end of 2021, by the end of next year, Just Chatting will be the number one category in streaming. And then by 2022, it will be the number one category no matter what happens. And the reason why, with so many people, like we're saying the COVID phenomenon is happening right now, but when COVID's over, blah, blah, blah. COVID's not over, and it never will be over. In that, this whole stay at home, stream from home, work from home shift that's happened around the world because of COVID is going to echo from this moment into the future. And I think it has accelerated the streaming space by 5+ years. And so older people, what I mean by older is like late 20s, 30s, and 40s as well, they're going to want to do Just Chatting streams because they're not that great at video games. And they might not be able to sink in the time to be incredible at video games. So those older adult streamers, late millennials and Gen Xers and what have you, guys like us, they're going to want to do Just Chatting streams because they're going to be great at that. They're going to want to do podcasts like we're doing because they're going to be great at that. Why? Because they know stuff, because they're older. And I think, and a lot of those people have lost their jobs, or their jobs are now work from home, and now they have lots of extra time on their hands. So that's millions of people now in that situation. And I think that is going to have a massive impact on the Just Chatting category.